I'm in a room full of G's and these stay ready. They'll pull your card and tear your shit apart if these acting reckless. Me, I'm just a smooth mover.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, you already know the vibes. Let's get into these meat and potatoes. Listen, the NFL really not playing around, it seems like, with this COVID-19 situation in this season. The NFL, I feel like they picked a side. The NFL showed which side they are in terms of, coaches and players. But first of all, the NFL says that if you are a team that has an outbreak, and the outbreak is amongst your non-vaccinated players, you will be slapped with a forfeit, and neither team's players will be paid. I think this kind of reminds me of it's just wrong if you think about it, man. In many ways, it's just wrong. First of all, I just don't think that you can force a vaccine on people that don't want the vaccine. I'm not about to get political about this. I'm not for vaccine or against vaccine. I'm neutral in this situation. Don't ask me if I'm vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? I'm neutral in it. But I just feel like that you just can't make people do something that they don't want to do. I think that is immoral, and it's just not constitutional. It's just not how we do things. Everybody has a choice. The only people that don't have choices, to my knowledge, about vaccines and stuff they're going to get pumped in their body is active duty. Because I'll tell you what, it's not a good feeling being forced to take vaccines. I was forced to take vaccines. You know what I'm saying? Smallpox, I was forced to, them things were forced on me because I was active duty, and it's not a good feeling not knowing exactly what's going into your body. But the difference with that being active duty and these guys in the NFL is that the stuff we was taking was FDA approved. This stuff right now is technically not FDA approved, but it is. The FDA is pushing it as, for emergency use. It's safe to use for emergency use, but it's not FDA approved. Come on, man. These guys are grown men. These guys understand, that this could potentially be harmful. Everybody sees the news and everything that comes out with these vaccines, but this could potentially put a damper on the season and could potentially make a lot of games not being played. Now, the NFL has broken things down into classifications. I think they call them Class 1 individuals, meaning coaches, scouts, and head office guys and things of that nature. They are required to take the vaccine, whereas though players aren't required to take the vaccine. And if players don't take the vaccine, they undergo really, really strict protocols, which makes sense. And I believe those protocols will be testing multiple times a week like last year. And I don't think they're going to test vaccinated players as much as they're going to do non-vaccinated players. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff really could have been avoided if you think about it. When the vaccine first came out, people started taking the vaccine. Everybody immediately thought it was a pass to stop wearing your mask. I still wear my mask. You know what I mean? I don't care listen, I'm wearing it until it's over, and it look like it ain't over yet. You know what I mean? That's just being safe. It don't matter if the man to the left or the right of me is vaccinated, because vaccinated people are still getting COVID-19. This is just a real sticky situation, and it proves to be one that could absolutely put a damper on the upcoming season. Let's pray it doesn't, because I like attending games live. I did not attend not one game last year. You know what I'm saying? But everybody has to be mindful of these things. Everybody has to understand, especially if you got small kids. You don't want to put yourself in a bad situation to potentially get other people around you sick. Rick Dennison of the Minnesota Vikings, one of their coaches, has absolutely refused to take the vaccine, and they parted ways with him. The NFL has drawn a line in the sand. If you're a coach and you're not going to get vaccinated, then we're going to replace you. If you're a player, they're not going to do that to players, because you know what? Players bring in the money, so they're going to put players under strict protocols. You're not going to tell DeAndre Hopkins, who is right now kind of not really wanting to do it. You're not going to tell DeAndre Hopkins that if you don't get vaccinated, we're going to cut you. You ain't doing that to him. You ain't doing that to no player for the most part. You know what I'm saying? And being as though you can't do it to DeAndre Hopkins, Patrick Mahomes, and guys of that caliber means that you can't do it to guys who make rosters that you never heard of. Because by law and by, the player association and the union for the players and stuff like that, you got to treat each player the same, no matter stature in the NFL and all of those good things that come with it. So, of course, it's going to be a little leniency for the guys that actually get on the field and play. But if all of these coaches don't get vaccinated, it's going to be a rapsy scapsy. And Rick Dennison was one of the first that I heard of. I think this happened today. But I think it's kind of wild, man, in my opinion, that they're trying to force this on people. And you know, I think people should be able to choose. People should be able to choose. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you know, this will, I feel like, will cause a divide in the country between people that are vaccinated and people that are not vaccinated. There's always something that's going to divide things. But at the end of the day, football is something that brings people together. And we got to get this right so we can have an NFL season, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Do you agree or do you disagree with how the NFL is handling this?